Drive, determination, and the willingness to succeed. The Winner's Circle with Proverb.
All right, this is the Winner's Circle. You're hanging out with your boy Proverb, and I'm joined by my second set of guests in studio. It's Papa and Hetty.
Yes.
Welcome to the Winner's Circle, guys.
Thank you very much.
For having us.
Lovely to be here.
Wonderful. Now, you guys, very fascinating story. Let's first start with the fact that you guys are a couple married.
Yes.
How long you been married?
Since 2010.
Since 2010.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
8 years now, yeah.
So it's 8 years now.
All right. Well, congratulations to you folks, man. Wish you many, many, many more.
Thank you.
Now, when you guys met, I believe you were both in corporate.
That's right.
Am I
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe tell us, Hetty, tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay, so I studied political science.
All right.
And I actually branched out into the editorial field within investment banking.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there for a number of years. And Papa and I actually met at university.
Okay.
We met in our first week of varsity at the University of Pretoria. And he kind of swept me off my feet, and we've been inseparable ever since.
I see this, but Papa, you're nodding away ferociously, which says to me, one, you're in agreement, but also that you trust your game.
You know, sometimes, you just got to accept what it is and just take it like that. So I appreciate that she recollects it the same way that I do.
Okay, wonderful, man. Now, what were you sort of doing, your corporate background?
So, with myself, like Hetty mentioned, we did meet at varsity. So, I studied actuarial. I studied actuarial science.
Okay.
And I continued with that right into banking. So, I was in banking as well for roughly about 10 years. As part of the leadership of the bank before I was able to leave as well. So, we had been pursuing our entrepreneurial journey while we were both working in corporate.
Oh, now when did that interest even start? Because as thriving in the banking space, especially if you're talking actuarial science, that's those kind of levels versus political science, but yet blossoming in the banking space. Where did the idea even come up to say, you know what, I like this, I like what I'm doing, I'm happy, but I want to go and rough it out on my own out there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How did that even come about?
It's actually very interesting. So when Papa and I got married in 2010, while we were actually on honeymoon, we were just discussing what our future looks like and the kind of life that we want to build together.
Right.
And it was during that time where we felt that it would be nice to either do some form of a family business where we can build a legacy and something together. We wanted to, just have passive income and to also be able to design our own life together. So kind of the seed was planted on honeymoon, kind of just dreaming about our futures together. And over time, then it began to grow and blossom into what is P&H Boutique today.
Sure. Now, it's interesting that with your background and with your experience, this is the direction you know. If you had said to me, fine, we then became consultants.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? That's in
make
line.
more sense.
But this is polar opposite. It's a complete different direction. Papa, especially for you. The reason I say for you is because, all right, and forgive my ignorance, but, with sort of ladies, you know what I mean? Fashion seems to be a more natural association, whereas with us fellas, it's a unique one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So how... You know what I mean? Like, talk on that.
No, I think that makes perfect sense. Something that I've definitely seen is that within this industry, it's quite female dominated. I think it's just that with Hetty and I, as we were going through the teething challenges as we had started. Yeah. We realized we had to change quite a few things. This wasn't something that was natural for us. Even in the beginning. Where we started, the initial idea is not what we are doing now.
Oh.
But that's the entrepreneurial journey where, for us, we understood that we just had to start. We just had to start if we ever thought it possible to be able to even just dream about leaving our corporate jobs. Because, as you can imagine, it's not it's not an easy thing to replace your corporate income, especially when you go into a side hustle. But for us, I mean, we just kept our goals in mind in terms of what we were trying to achieve. And I mean, even just with the clothing, it's something where, you know, we try and work with the best of what we're able to get. Just between Hetty and myself and the direction we're able to take it through.
Just backtrack for a second there, because I feel like there's a nugget of wisdom there that you mentioned when you said you just have to start. What is the lesson to be taken from there? Because, you know, I interact with a lot of people on various platforms, and all I ever hear is, listen, I've got this great idea or this burning desire. Do you know what I mean? But just to get off the ground, you know. So I just want to know what is the pearl of wisdom to take away there from when you say we knew we just had to start.
Absolutely. For my side, I would definitely say think big, start small. A great idea that hasn't been actioned is as good as not existing.
One more time, please, sister. Take them to church. One more time, please.
Because, you know, often at times a lot of people will talk about their great ideas, but it remains as a great idea. You have to take action, and people should not be afraid of humble beginnings. Think big, but start small. Start with what you have. Allow your business to grow organically, and then you kind of grow with it along the way.
Yeah, I mean, if I can just add there, I mean, with Hetty and I and with P&H, I mean, as we were growing P&H, it's crazy when we think about it, but we literally started from our spare bedroom in our house while we were in Pretoria.
Yeah.
I mean, it was products very different to what we have now, but you know, we just started. A lot of especially a lot of my friends in corporate, they, you know, did laugh at the idea of, you know, you guys are doing what? And you know, we just continue, you know, persevere, and then we'd read. I mean, we like to read like a lot. We read a lot of books. I mean, we average probably about 20 books per year that we read, just in order to, you know, grow our mind in terms of, you know, what's possible, how we should be approaching business. Because I mean, you've already alluded to it. It's not natural in terms of where we are. You know, we are supposed to be in the corporate jungle, chasing the ladder and, you know, going through and all of that. And that's where our whole mindset had been entrenched. It was completely corporate. So now when you're trying to do, you know, something outside of the norm, swim against the river, you know, we basically just started brainwashing our mind in books in terms of what we're actually supposed to be doing to make it better. So from the spare bedroom, we started, like Hetty said, with humble beginnings. From the bedroom, then it was we had to convert the garage. Remember that? We had to convert the garage. And then, the body corporate sent us a letter to say that, listen, I'm not sure if you're aware, but young people are not allowed to have a business in this complex. And you know, your clients might actually drive over our children. So and then that's when we were like, okay, cool. Then I think it's developed quite a bit now. Let's do something crazy. Let's maybe open up a store. And
yeah.
You know what we call all that around these parts?
Tell us.
Winners of wisdom on the Winner's Circle.
My good friend Gabo Mu and Car FM 95.9, home of the Afropolitan. This one is simply called Get Down. Now we are getting down to business. I've got my guests Papa and Hetty in studio chatting about P&H Boutique.
Yes.
That's correct, yeah.
P&H Boutique. Okay. Now, just to sort of recap, so you guys, broke out of the corporate rat race, started this business at home, decided to then expand and fully run with it now. So the decision to then say we're letting go of the corporate completely means you must have started enjoying some success or seeing some kind of fruit from the entrepreneurial journey. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely. We did begin to see some success, but I must also state that we were actually quite strategic in the way that we chose to approach the business. As Papa has alluded to, we do read a lot of books, And so we decided to follow the Robert Kiyosaki model. He's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
But he's a maverick, isn't he?
He is absolutely amazing. And I'd recommend anyone to read his books. And
we've read every single one of his books, I'm telling you now.
Yeah. And so in that, we followed his model of having a full-time business and a full-time job and a part-time business until you're able to grow your business to the point where it's now full-time.
Okay.
And so I was able to exit the corporate rat race, and exactly a year to this day later, Papa was able to also exit the corporate rat race as well.
Yeah, actually, we hadn't picked up on that. Where this day right here, 1 year ago, is when I was able to leave corporate. And this day, 2 years ago, is actually the date that Hetty was able to leave corporate.
So it's our Freedom Day.
Well, this day today, you know, also has to be marked as the day you guys were on the winner's circle.
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? So let's acknowledge
Yes.
No, but listen, guys. So now here's the whole bit I wanted to discuss now. You know, we've been taught and we hear many times, many examples, many instances where they say friends and business is a no, right? Then they say family and business is a hell no.
Yeah.
Now, a couple in business, I mean, we don't hear of this a lot. You know what I mean? So those dynamics, you know, versus being life partners versus business partners. How are you guys able to make that work?
Yeah, well, it is an interesting dynamic.
Dichotomy.
And we do get asked this question quite often.
Yeah.
I think the most honest answer is, some of the people that I used to work with, whether it was Johan or Tabo, I mean, I find Hetty much easier to work with than when I had to work with those people. But the other side as well, I mean, just in terms of the way that we work, we do actually try and keep things quite simple. So with ourselves, we have an agreement. You know, I make all the big decisions.
Okay.
All the big decisions, and Hetty makes all the small decisions.
He thinks.
Now I'm only just realizing as I'm saying that there's never actually been a big decision that we've had to make in this business. So I'm not really sure now what
your role actually is in this whole thing. Right.
It's actually quite interesting, you know, the dynamic of being in business either with a partner, friends, family, etc. I think what I always say is that the foundation really needs to be strong, and you have to have a common goal and objective. Often at times you find that things kind of disintegrate when people have different end goals and objectives.
Sure.
And then you end up being in disagreement. For Papa and I, were very clear that we wanted to build something together. We want to do life together, and we also want to leave a legacy that will outlive us as well. And so by being able to do that, it was just then saying, okay, well, what is our vehicle and our platform to achieving our end objective?
You dropped so many gems on me, man. There's so many takeaways, and I absolutely appreciate that. So what does the future hold for P&H Boutique?
Well, for us, we believe in organic growth, so we'll continue to grow organically. As Papa said, we started in our spare bedroom. We never thought that we would end up 5 stores later across Gauteng, Limpopo, and Mpumalanga. The P&H Boutique brand has grown. We have created jobs. We've got a factory. We empower women through our Basadi project, in which we actually collaborate with other creatives in their jewelry making process and provide them with access to market within our stores. Our next passion project really is also mentorship of other entrepreneurs as well, so that we can share what we've learned along the way with them, and so that we can actually make the circle a lot bigger, because we need more entrepreneurs, particularly African entrepreneurs entering within the economy, because I really do think that the future of growing South Africa's economy does lie in entrepreneurship.
Guys, I'm sitting at home, I'm listening to this, I'm inspired by you guys. I want to perhaps learn. Is there platforms, avenues where I can engage as an aspiring entrepreneur, or possibly a budding designer, and I just want to engage and pick your brains, if not, collaborate or something? Do you open that sort of room for discussion?
Yes, we do open that room for discussion. We actually do get quite a few inquiries that come either through one of our stores or on our social media, like our Facebook page.
And they are?
And so the stores, we've got a store at Cresta Mall in Johannesburg. We've got another store at East Rand Mall. And then we've also got a store at Mainland Mall that's in Pretoria. Also Polokwane, that's at Savannah Mall. And in Nelspruit, that's Riverside Mall. So with regards to our social media pages, that's on Facebook, it's P&H Boutique, as well as Instagram, it's PH_boutique.
Yeah.
And we do get quite a lot of inquiries as well that come directly into our WhatsApp business line. That's 071-484-2656.
Yeah.
Because we currently are mentoring quite a few people. Just in terms of what we've understood, because we've approached things differently, because we're not designers, right? So we've always been focused in terms of every decision, it's what's the business side of this? Does this make sense from a business point of view? I'll give you just a quick story.
Sure.
So I'm sitting at Cresta. It was our newest branch, and this was about 4 months ago. And so it's new staff that Hetty has trained. So Hetty is the one, she brings the magic into the stores. So the experience that the customers get in the stores, that's all what she has done there. So I'm sitting there with the new girls, and this lady walks into the store, and she's got like a low-end plastic bag. And as I look at it, she comes in, and the girls start doing their thing. They just do everything that they've been trained to do. So now when this lady's wearing the garment, she asks us to take a picture, and she starts crying. So I'm looking at this woman, I'm thinking, woman, why are you leaking? What's going on here? And she just says, you guys have made me feel so beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you for this. I just can't believe it. Thank you. And I thought, okay, wow, that's really, the P&H difference that we look to work, within our stores. It's, about making people look and feel beautiful and be prouder in terms of their African heritage.
Sure.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
It makes absolute sense, man. Wow, very inspired. Guys, listen, thank you so much for coming through to the Winner's Circle. I think yours is a very inspiring story, from the back room to, to multiple malls and outlets, and also being accessible, for other entrepreneurs who just want to engage and exchange ideas.
Yes.
I really think you guys are onto something serious here. So nothing but success. Thank you so much for visiting us here on the Winner's Circle. Please come through again. And for future reference, I'm a large.
Okay.
I'm working towards being a medium, but I'm a large.
Good.
But thank you so
well
much, man.
Noted.
So any parting words you want to leave us with?
From my side, I would just say, truly for entrepreneurs, any entrepreneur that may be listening, truly believe in the magic of thinking big. There is no greater time to be an entrepreneur than now. The landscape has not been as fresher as it is now. Plant your seed, water it, and watch it grow. The grass is not greener on the other side. It is greener where you water it.
Hey, quotables for days. Papa, I know you've got one for me. Give me a party line, or you're not going to try to follow that?
How do you follow that?
You don't. You don't.
You're just like, wow.
That's it. Tell me quickly, guys, who's that author who inspires you guys again?
Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki, yeah.
Hi, this is Robert Kiyosaki. I'm author of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that book is definitely a winner. I hang out with winners. That's why I hang out with Proverb on the Winner's Circle.
Dream big. Set goals. Take action. Join the Winner's Circle with Proverb.